How sweet to be an idiot.
Charlamagne the God.
Andrew Schulz.
We are the Brilliant Idiots.
Yes. This episode is brought to you by Squarespace. Squarespace recently launched the latest version of their platform, Squarespace 7, which has a completely redesigned interface, integrations with Getty Images and Google Apps, 15 new templates, and an incredible feature called Cover Pages. I've been seeing you guys tweeting pictures of the websites that you've made using Squarespace, and I want you to keep on doing that, man. Try the new Squarespace with a free trial at squarespace.com and enter the offer code IDIOTS at checkout to get 10% off.
And that code does not work for any merchandise that's on the Brilliant Idiots website that's designed by Squarespace, okay? that code is only for the purchase of your own website. You cannot get 10% off Brilliant Idiots t-shirts.
Squarespace is way more generous than us. Couple announcements. One, I got shows coming up all over the country. Go to theandrewschultz.com and check out my schedule. I'll be in a city that you live in. Come out and see the shows. And thank you to everybody who has been coming out and supporting me. I really appreciate you. And two, make sure you check out our new show on YouTube. It's called This American Hype, created by myself, Rob Mayu, and my brother Greg Schultz. Episode 3 will be launching this week. We got 2 past episodes, so make sure you check it out. Thank you so much for the support.
Now, this week, it's a bit of a twist. We have Iyana. I'm saying that right? Like Iyana Von Zant? You gotta talk to the microphone, Iyana.
Yes.
Okay, what's your last name? Robertson?
Robertson.
Iyana Robertson from Vibe Magazine.
Yeah.
Salute to everybody at Vibe. They show much support and have always showed support, whether it's with The Breakfast Club, The Brilliant Idiots, any of my television ventures with MTV, MTV2. I got nothing but love and respect for Vibe. Iyana is here because Vibe is doing something that we are experts on. Okay?
Oh, yeah.
It's this thing called race.
Race, man.
All right? One of our favorite topics, if not the favorite topic of the Brilliant Idiots.
I think it might be our favorite and most exhausting topic that we have in Brilliant Idiots.
It's an exhausting topic, period. Tell them what Vibe is doing, Iyana.
So we're doing a week of content based on race, where we're exploring it from the entertainment standpoint, from social standpoint, and basically we're getting the conversation started. Like, a lot of people don't want to talk about it. They, shy away from it. We're just putting it out there for a whole week.
So what's going on? Vibe doing bad or something? So they had to go get the hot button topic, race?
Nah.
Hot race moves the meter.
Nah. I actually, no, actually,
you just attack our guests. Yo, you guys are fucked up right now, or what? Y'all need some money and shit.
Y'all doing bad? Y'all need to hold something? No.
No, Vibe is good.
It actually the idea actually piggybacked off of the Ferguson decision. Like, that's how long we've been. Well, before the Ferguson decision was made, we were talking about doing something on it. So it was really like the whole Mike Brown, Eric Garner thing that got
the Ferguson decision came in. You guys had a meeting. We were like, what we should do? 6 months from now, we should talk about race.
No.
Let's let this race shit cool down.
We're not letting this shit die. We'll keep this fire burning.
Right when that shit hits a flow, we make it ebb again.
No, that is not how the meetings go. But it was just something that we wanted to talk about from before then. Timing, scheduling, and all the bells and whistles is what made it take 6 months.
Sure.
But it wasn't like a scheme, plot in that sense. No.
Hey, man, you can never have enough race talk. Race is not going anywhere.
The fire's getting hotter.
Look, so basically what's happening today is we are going to flip it. Usually we bring on a guest, right? We ask you questions.
Right.
But since Vibe, I guess, are close friends.
We're the guests.
We are the guests.
We're the guests. The Brilliant Idiots.
We've agreed to flip it. You're going to ask us questions about race. We're going to sit back patiently and give you our answers.
Yes.
I mean, you know what? I want to salute y'all for coming to the race experts.
Yeah.
Okay, me and Andrew Schultz are experts on race.
Absolutely.
All right, we have a very, very, very strong philosophy about race.
Honestly, Charlamagne is an expert on white culture. I'm an expert on black culture.
Absolutely.
This is awesome.
Yeah.
I know everything there is to know about black culture.
I'm lucky.
Yeah.
I'm the lucky one.
Yeah, if you have any questions about being black, just ask me. Because I can obviously tell you the answers. I mean, I know our listeners love it when I tell them what it's like to be black. So just ask me right.
All right. So today's topic is, first of all, what I see now happening, or what I think is happening, is like hip hop in general is especially hard on you once you're white.
Well, no. Hip hop has started to become hard on white people last year. Last year was a bad year for any white rapper simply because of everything that was happening in the world, whether it was Trayvon Martin, whether it was Ferguson, the Eric Garner situation. It was just bad to be white in rap last year. Before that, it was fine.
I had an asterisk, though. We're hard on white rappers when they become extremely successful.
Oh, yeah. You got to be positive.
I think we're hard on everybody when they become successful.
That is true.
Who do we celebrate that's successful? You got to shed blood to be successful, and we celebrate you.
Yeah, I mean,
do you know what I mean?
That's a great point.
Name any rapper, like anybody, like just name
Kendrick
anybody
Lamar
who
was
rose.
totally celebrated for the most
Who?
part. Kendrick Lamar.
That's
He
because
was
Kendrick
celebrated.
Lamar didn't floss. If Kendrick Lamar would have jumped out there with a big ass chain and cars and started dating some celebrity chick, fuck Kendrick. Oh, he sold out. Yada yada yada. That's what they would have did to Kendrick.
And he was to his point about not flossing. There was almost humility to it. He was almost shitting on himself. Like that first song wasn't, "Hey, look how amazing I am." It was, "Hey, look, I got a drinking problem.
That is very true. And
I'm an alcoholic."
That's very true. And that's the beauty of
I could root for you if you're saying you're worse than me. Do you know what I mean? Like I could bump that song. Yo, look at this famous guy. Yeah, but he ain't shit compared to me.
out of all the new rappers, who gets the most flack?
All the new rappers.
Yeah, out of the new school. Because I to me, this generation, like when people say who's the best MCs, Biggie, Jay-Z, and Nas, this era argues about Drake, J. Cole, Kendrick. Out of those three, who gets the most flack?
Drake.
Absolutely. You know why? Because he's the one that looks most like a traditional rapper. He sits courtside at games.
Yep.
He raps about having mad money. You see him with the celebrity chicks. Kendrick and J. Cole don't get that because they still seem like regular people.
Shit, J. Cole's been trying to convince us he's broke for the last 5 years.
Exactly.
It's like once he gets some money, he just starts rapping about richer people than him.
Yes.
So initially it was like his boys had more money than him. Now it's Jay-Z has more money than him. Soon it's just gonna be fucking Richard Bronson. It's like, yo, these guys got fucking these guys are astronauts and I can't be in space.
They're like the people's champs. Like J. Cole don't even get a shape up. That's how much of the people's champ he is. Drake has been successful since people know him. So it's like they see him at the grassy in the wheelchair. Yeah. And like I said, they see him dating these celebrity chicks and stuff like that. They're like, oh man, fuck you, Drake. You know why? Because Drake comes off as super successful.
We don't like successful people. It makes us feel shitty about ourselves.
Very true.
You don't think we're especially harder on successful white rappers, though?
No. Iggy is the first one. Iggy and Vanilla Ice, because I'm 34, so I can remember this. Those are the first two that really got it. But I don't even think Vanilla Ice got it necessarily because he was whack. He got it because he was a carbon copy of MC Hammer, and it was that running joke that whenever something's black and successful, white people come and copy it, whether it's New Edition, New Kids on the Block, Hammer, Vanilla Ice. And because he went on Arsenio, and Arsenio pulled his card for being fraudulent.
The people almost forget that we talk shit about Eminem, too.
I don't remember that.
We did, though.
No. I was talking to Schulz about this the other day. I never remember anybody talking shit about Eminem except for Benzino and Ja Rule trying to pull his card after the fact. But you know why Eminem got such a good cosign?
This is a good point.
He got co-signed by black people that loved. Dr. Dre, Snoop loved him.
That, like what you told me was that he got co-signed through the struggle.
Oh yeah, he was battle rapping.
The
He was with the outsiders in
Slums
Jersey.
in Detroit.
So if you're a rapper, right? If you're a rapper and you see M's come up, right? Not only is he co-signed by Dre, but what Charlamagne telling me, we were on the phone about this the other day, he's like, this guy came up doing the horrible, shitty things that every struggling rapper is doing right now. So they relate to that struggle. And M is not out there going, hey, look how amazing I am. He's going, look, I ain't shit. My mom don't like me. Do you know what I mean? I'm a drug addict. I'm depressed. I want to kill everybody. It's like he's rapping about being horrible.
Yeah.
Drake's out here rapping about how amazing his lifestyle is. So part of me is listening because the beat is hot. The other part of me is listening like, I ain't shit.
Absolutely.
I need to kill myself.
Eminem got so fat being number one, he was extremely talented. He was amazingly talented. But like Schulz just said, as soon as you say, I want to kill my mom, I want to kill my baby mom, I'm not hating on that motherfucker. He got it worse than me.
He fucked up too.
Let this man live, man. Let me buy his CD.
He's white and he's selling all these records, but fuck it, his life is shitty.
You know
I've
what?
heard people say that in the barbershop, like, nah, that's that white boy shit. Nah, that's that white boy shit.
Well, yo, but there could be something to this, the idea, which I think you kind of touched on, which is there is a perceived success with whiteness already.
Right.
right? So it's like you're already successful just being white as you are, a regular ass white dude. So once a white, let's say, rapper gets some success, right? It's looked at as double success.
Right.
You're like, this is some bullshit.
That's my point.
So Eminem needed to counteract the double success by saying he wanted to kill his mother.
Let's be clear. Eminem is extremely talented. If he was black, he'd be Redman.
Mm-hmm.
But the reason he sells so many records is because he's a white guy with blonde hair. He represents a populace that is 64% of the country. And white people have always bought more albums than black people anyway. So, of course, they were going to support Eminem. Of course, his shit was going to be amazingly successful.
Exactly. It's not like there's this idea that white people just started listening to hip-hop when Eminem came around. No, we were buying hip-hop albums more than anybody else before. Simply off of numbers, like he says, 64% of the population. It's just a numbers game. So we're at shows. You go to a Wu-Tang concert. Who's there?
White people.
White people. You know
Since
what I mean?
since Run DMC busted that wall down. It's like,
Sure. Or, Run DMC or the Beastie Boys who were involved in it as well. And this is back in the day in rap where rap wasn't necessarily a black thing. It was a new musical thing. This is a New York thing. So the Beastie Boys are these Jewish kids growing up in New York where it's like, okay, I understand that this is a cultural thing that started in the Bronx, predominantly black and Hispanic neighborhoods, but at the same time, it was so new. It was like, okay, we're all part of this.
That's another good point. My early, when I first started seeing rap music, when I started seeing the Run DMCs and I started seeing LL Cool J, it was always a Beastie Boys. It was always a third bass. Yep. It's not like white rappers is something new to me. You know what I'm saying? It's not like I was like, oh, shit, white rappers. I remember it was the one white dude. Oh, he had the dreadlocks. I can't remember his name right now, but it was always white rappers.
Not the guy from Long Island.
I don't remember. He was in one of the House Party movies.
Not Rugged Man.
I don't remember. He's the first white guy I saw with dreads. But long story short, it's like white rappers aren't anything new to me.
Okay, well then I have a question. Your philosophy is that it was hard being a white rapper last year because of the intense race relations.
That's all it was,
right? But then. What brings me back to the success factor is people are pissed at Iggy Azalea, but they don't give a shit about Riff Raff.
What's her song?
Fancy.
She's not being humble. She's not saying
neither is Riff Raff.
But here's the thing.
Riff Raff is a coon.
But we're not mad at him.
They will be once he becomes successful.
He's not successful enough. But he's not successful enough. One, there's two things. One, let's talk about Iggy. Fancy was, look how amazing I am. I got it. I'm the shit. I got everything I need. So that in and of itself is going to make a girl insecure. Right? It's like, oh shit, this girl's finer than me? Fuck this bitch. Dude, I don't want her to be better than me. She's coming out and saying it. If she came out and say, hey, listen, I'm 16 years old. What'd you say to me the other day? I'm 16 years old.
Oh yeah, I'm 16 years old. I got molested when I was in Australia, so I had to come to America to
I had
make
to
a better
leave
life.
Australia to get away from my dad's
If she
dick.
had a struggle story.
Love her.
Dude, I mean, if she fled Australia to get away from fucking pedophilia and incest, people would be out here like, yo, this bitch is the new shit right now. She's so honest. So she came out making people feel insecure, so like, fuck her, I'm a hater. Now, the other thing was Riff Raff, right? One, not successful enough yet. Two, there is a humility to Riff Raff. Anytime Riff Raff is in an interview or anything like that, he's being made fun of by the person who's interviewing him, and he rolls with it, honestly, beautifully. Like, he kind of makes fun of himself. He goes along with there.
You know the problem I have with Riff Raff? And this is why I say, things be hiding, like you can hide things in plain sight. Like they'll look at Iggy and say, Iggy is cultural appropriation. What culture is she appropriating? Just because she's got a fat ass and she's rapped, she's automatically a black woman? No. Riff Raff is really cultural appropriation. Right. To him, that's what we look like. All those stupid ass tattoos. He got BET tattoos.
Great.
Like, get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying?
But my point is, no one's mad at that.
But
they can't stand Iggy Azalea, and that's why I think there's a success factor.
It's a success. I mean, if Riff Raff was as popular as Iggy, he'd be Vanilla Ice.
Right.
So he's just not that popular yet. I think that's what it comes down to.
I said this on Vlad TV. When Riff Raff blows up, when or if, they better wild out. The same way they wilding over Iggy, they better wild out over motherfucking Riff Raff. Because that is the epitome of cultural appropriation. All the jewelry, the way he talks, the gold teeth. To him, that's how we look. But we don't have no problem with Riff Raff because we think it's a joke until he becomes successful. When he blows up, then everybody's going to start taking him serious.
So it ain't even really about cultural appropriation. It's about success.
It's about success.
Which is what I said.
If you don't want people to be upset with you, just don't win.
Don't go platinum.
Exactly.
Iggy has been grinding. I met Iggy. Well, I first heard of Iggy in 2000. 11. She had a song called Pussy. You know what I mean? I was like, and I saw her, I was like, yo, that girl's gonna be a star. Not because of her lyrical ability or her talent, just the way she looks. Tall ass white girl, fat ass, she's pretty. She had a aura to her, like she's gonna be a star. Me and Little Duval went to one of her shows because she rocks with Grand Hustle. I went to one of her shows in like early 2012, way before Fancy, any of that shit. Saw her on stage. She brought us on stage to throw money with her. I'm like, she got it. Just whipping her hair, letting people grab her ponytails. Just something about her. I'm like,
letting people grab her
for real.
That's why these black chicks are upset at her. Oh no, this bitch! Who's gonna let motherfuckers touch her hair? Oh fuck no! Hell no!
And like you know what else people forget about Iggy? Like, yo, she was signed to Jimmy Iovine and Interscope. Jimmy Iovine dropped her, signed Azalea Banks. Iggy didn't have nothing after that. I remember Iggy caught but we interviewed Iggy 3 times prior to her blowing up with Fancy and all that shit. I remember she came to the Breakfast Club one time on the bus. I caught the bus to get here. I don't really got no money. I'm just going to keep it going. It's what I love to do, yada, yada, yada. I respected that hustle. I respected that struggle. She signed to Def Jam. Def Jam still didn't know what the fuck to do with her.
Crazy.
Def Jam just threw her album out there. It just so happened Fancy popped the fuck off.
Yeah.
Fancy popped off, was #1 for 6 weeks. Her whole life changes. But to everybody else, she's a brand new artist. She's a brand new person. This white girl just came on the scene. The machine got behind her, and they made it happen. No.
She needs a documentary.
That's not the way it went. She needs a documentary.
She needs a
Right.
behind the
absolutely
scenes,
right.
shows how fucked up her life has been.
He's
shows
absolutely
everything
right.
she went through.
Bring
like,
her down to earth.
Like Katy Perry. You know Katy Perry?
Yeah.
Hugely successful. Obviously, people care about her a lot. She had that documentary come out, which basically said that every single exec signed her and then fucking dropped her. And all of a sudden, as a fan, I don't know if I'm a fan of Katy Perry, but all of a sudden, as just a human being, I go, oh shit, I can relate to rejection. I can relate to having a dream and having that shit crushed multiple times. I like the fact that she's successful. You know what I mean? So I think the same thing goes for Iggy.
People need to see that she went through a struggle. It wasn't easy for her to get on as a rapper. In fact, it was probably harder. Who the fuck is gonna sign a white rapper? That's a female. She's the first white rap female to ever blow up. And you from Australia? You're not even from America? Yeah. Why would I want to sign this?
It's easy to say, oh, she's only making it because she's white. But the person who signs her is brave, because I could easily say, you know what? I think we need a handicapped Asian rapper. Right? And if that shit blows up in China, everybody's going to say, well, of course, there's billions of Chinese people. Everybody loves a handicapped Asian rapper. But no, nobody liked it before then.
She was signed to Jimmy Iovine, the guy behind Mr. Eminem and Dr. Dre, and it didn't work.
And
He dropped her.
I mean, Logic was there too. Logic happened. And no one's mad at Logic.
Logic doesn't claim being white. Logic says he's interracial. Logic says I am black and white. He looks white to me, but he does not like you referring to him as a white rapper.
But he could be a white rapper.
And Logic sold 70,000 records his first week. Not because Logic is white, it's because Logic has a fan base. People think Logic's good. And he got a good album. He's dope.
Logic's good. Yeah.
Give him his props.
But do you guys think that if Logic would have sold 1 million copies in his first week, that we wouldn't have had the cultural appropriation army out?
Look, if Logic sold 1 million albums his first week, he would be Taylor Swift. But he's not. Nobody's selling 1 million albums.
The point is the correlation between success and the hate that comes with being...
Logic is successful. He's just not successful in a way that people recognize as success. Him and T.I. came out the same week and sold the same amount of records. That's successful to me. You know what I'm saying?
Dude.
I had an exec at Def Jam who shall remain nameless because he's a great guy and a guy that people really highly respect. He said to me, I knew it was time for me to leave Def Jam when I didn't see Logic coming. Straight up.
That's how he knew he was.
He was like, this ain't for me. I'm old. This ain't for me.
Yeah.
I can't gauge what's going on out here no more.
Yeah.
He didn't even realize Logic had that kind of fan base. He didn't look at Logic. Think about it. If everybody looked at it as white rappers, right, and there was such a win for white rappers, it'd be so many white rappers.
It'd
be so many. The industry would be saying, put him out.
Give me more white rappers.
It's harder. Eminem is an anomaly. Did I say that word right?
Yes.
Did I put the N and the M in the right places?
Eminem is an anomaly.
That shit
Eminem
can
is
turn
anonymous.
into
He's
ammonia
anonymous.
real quick.
He is though. He is.
And I think to Logic, the point of Logic's success, and in terms of how he relates to the world, I think being mixed race is very difficult because in a way, you have to decide who you are.
Right.
My girl is mixed race, right? So she's not black enough for black people, and she's not white enough for white people.
Right.
So when I was lived in Spain, my roommate was half African, half Spanish. Spanish people thought he's an African. He goes to Africa, they all think he's white. They call him white. So you have no home.
Right.
Right? So if they want to decide that their home is mixed race, don't be upset just because you look at them and you're like, oh my God, this guy looks white, so he's white to me. White people don't see him as white.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? It's not up to us to decide who they are.
That's a great point. You know why? Because we not sitting here screaming about Drake's success.
So
He's
true.
got a white mother.
So
J.
true.
Cole's got a white
So
mother.
true.
We're not screaming about, oh, they're of mixed race. No, because we look at them and we see niggas. Just because we look at Logic and see a white guy, it's like, no, he's not white. Get that man him.
Let him decide who, if you're mixed race and that's something that you go through, you decide who you are. In my personal opinion. You know what I mean? It's like anybody, there was a comedian, Carlos Mencia, right? Who, he was Ecuadorian. He wasn't Mexican. And he did a lot of jokes about being, Mexican or whatever, growing up in California. But you have to understand, when you look Mexican and you grow up in California, everybody treats you as a Mexican. You're entitled to that struggle, in my personal opinion. You're entitled to that. Just because you're from Ecuador, not Mexican, you're from a little further south, you can't talk about what it's like growing up as that. So I don't know. I get it.
And I also want to say with the Iggy thing too, because everybody likes to say, oh, you be caping for Iggy, you be caping for Iggy. No, what I'm telling y'all is this fear of white rappers that y'all have, it really does not exist. White rappers are never going to take over hip-hop. I don't give a fuck. Y'all can scream about, oh, they did it to jazz and they did it to blues. There has never been a culture in America musically like hip-hop. Motherfuckers know this is some black shit. Okay? I don't give a fuck if you go to Tokyo, wherever, they know who their heroes are in this culture.
But question, why do we get upset about cultural appropriation?
I don't.
I think it's racist to get upset about it.
I don't.
I literally it's literally the same thing. We said this on a past podcast, but it's really the same thing. Like if I saw a bunch of black people going sailing, and I was like, man, this is fucked up. They need to sail like white people sail. Do you know what I mean? Like they need to thank us for inventing sailing. Do you know what I mean? And it's just like, nah, just fucking go sailing.
Only time I get mad at cultural appropriation is when it's motherfuckers like Riff Raff. Because I'm like, I don't think we act like that.
But it's mockery.
All of us don't act like that. It's mockery, exactly.
It's not appropriation. It's you're mocking us. Do you know what I mean? I think when you really think about it, every war that we're in right now could be solved by cultural appropriation. Like, just think about right now. What did we upset about Boko Haram, who in Nigeria, right? Literally, we're going up to them saying, "Hey, you're not appropriating our culture of not kidnapping hundreds of women and selling them into sexual slavery. We would like you to appropriate the fact that we don't sell women into sexual slavery." Do you know what I'm saying? So we can't sit here and be like, cultural appropriation is fucked up, and then go fight wars where we're like, well, please stop beating women up and doing that. Just appropriate our culture.
That's very true. I don't even look at it as some black shit no more either, because I was watching SNL this past weekend, and they had a character on there. I think the character name was like Riblet. Or Ribba. It was some white dude. He had on a tracksuit and some chains. He was yo-yo-yoing. And I was sitting there like, that's how white guys act when they're into hip-hop. I wasn't sitting there like, he's acting like a black guy in hip-hop. That's how white guys act when they're into hip-hop. Like the white dude that was on that Vine video, he was like, I got time today, cuz. No, he's white. He's just into our culture. That's not how we act. That's how they act when they get involved in our culture. He looks ridiculous because of him, not because of, race that he's mocking.
I think the problem is that cultural appropriation only becomes an issue when you're successful. And then we expect Iggy Azalea to understand when we weren't this mad at her 3 years ago. We want her to get what we're saying now. And of course she's going to say, y'all just mad because I'm out here now. And I think that's where the problem comes in. I don't know if
it is success. You're absolutely right.
I thought it was whack. I thought it was whack when Q-Tip sent her all those tweets about
shut up, Q-Tip.
Systematic oppression and all of this and that. Like, first of all, this is the other thing people need to realize. Iggy Azalea is not the poster girl for America's systematic oppression. She's not even from America. You know what I'm saying? That's number one. Like, you're blaming an Australian white girl for America's systematic oppression. She don't know what the fuck's going on. When Azalea Banks was like, hey, Iggy, you need to, she can make money off our culture but can't tweet about Eric Garner. First of all, if we're looking for Iggy to make political statements, then that's our first problem. As a culture, we are really fucked up. If black people are waiting for Iggy Azalea to make a statement about what's going on in our community, we're really in a fucked up state.
Yeah.
No, seriously.
You're absolutely right.
Iggy? That's the last person. I'm not even thinking about Iggy. I'm like, let me see if Kanye say something. I want to see what Kanye got to say. Let me see if, who else? Anybody.
Let's see if Chris Rock says
Chris
some shit.
Rock,
I want to see these great orators. I want to see this girl's fat ass, and I want to see what outfit she's going to wear to the Grammys. That's it. That's the only thing I care
Hey,
about.
I might have, to be honest with you, I probably would have went to Azalea Banks' page first to see what she got to say. I'm not looking for
I can't trust Azalea just because I know she's just upset at the success. Because there's a million other female white rappers out there that have zero success that she's not complaining about cultural appropriation. Like,
man, Krayshawn was running around here using the word nigga.
Where were you at?
When nobody had shit really to say at all. You know, and then, Krayshawn wasn't. It was our homegirl. What's the girl named V Nasty?
Right.
V Nasty was the one that used to always say nigga. And like, you had black people defending her saying, hey, man, they one of us. They grew up around us here in Oakland, man. They niggas. All right, go on, carry on.
I mean, look, if you want to really make the argument about appropriation, that's not even a cultural appropriation. That's a culture you grew up in. You're a product of that environment. It would be weird if she grew up in Oakland in the hood. It would be weird if she talked with an English accent. Well, my ancestors are white, so I choose to speak like this. You know how it is. My skin color defines everything that I do. It'd be stupid. You look at them like they're a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
I just think I just think every argument they use towards Iggy Azalea is a whack argument. It's whack.
Insincere.
It's insincere. It's like, yo, what are you really mad at her for? She hasn't said anything inappropriate. She hasn't done anything inappropriate. She's fucking a black guy. What about her makes you think she's racist? Or, I don't even, what is the argument they have against Iggy?
Let them appropriate. The argument is she's successful. There is no fucking argument that she's like putting on a voice or some nonsense.
Oh, that's what I told Schulz the other day. I was telling Schulz, like, because he was like, it's the voice, it's the way she, she does her voice, whatever. When I hear Iggy Azalea, I don't hear a black girl. I don't hear her pretending to be a black girl. I just hear a chick rapping. She sounds like Charlie Baltimore to me, if anything.
Eve recently said that she has a black scent, but Eve's been singing the same song about Iggy Azalea for some time. So
and maybe she does.
That's
have
consistent.
A black scent.
Yeah.
All right, maybe she does. But guess who else has black scents when they rap? Black people.
You
want to put a black dude in a courtroom? He all of a sudden has a white accent. Do you know what I mean? Do we say, why are you appropriating our culture when it works for you, buddy?
Listen,
why when you don't want to go to jail for 10 years are you appropriating our culture? You're doing what works, okay? Every single English artist or Australian artist, Sam Smith, sings.
Idris
Elba when he played,
on the
Wire.
Wire.
On the Wire. They do an American accent because it's easier for us to digest that. Okay, I don't want to hear a goofy Australian accent when you're rapping about some shit. I want to relate to it, so I hear it's simple. That's just what it is. It's the reason why when we listen to music at the club, we don't hear fucking gongs and trumpets and shit because that's not what we're used to. I didn't grow up with gongs and trumpets. I grew up with beats.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's almost impossible. This is me personally. I think it's almost impossible to rap and have people say you don't have a black scent. If Iggy was a singer, nobody would say anything. So we don't say nothing about Sam Smith. We don't say nothing about Ed Sheeran. It's the fact that she raps, and rap is considered a black art form. Mm-hmm. We say it's a black scent.
And what about reggae? Every reggae artist uses Jamaican accent. You could be from Hawaii. There's all these Hawaiian.
Sean Paul is from the Bronx. Sean Paul is a Puerto Rican from the Bronx who's been pretending to be Jamaican forever.
Snow! Remember Snow, the fucking rapper from Canada?
Yes,
Informer.
Yeah.
I've been to Canada. My girl's from there. Nobody in Canada is saying Informer. She know this told me that that don't happen out there. Hawaiians are huge into reggae. They rap. There's a Jewish dude from Brooklyn, Modest Yahoo, the Hasidic Jewish guy.
Yes,
There's no way the Hasidic Jewish community has a Jamaican accent. Just not happening.
Listen, man, this is my thing. If you think Iggy's whack, just say she's whack. Say, yo, I think she's whack, and I don't like her.
Agreed.
But all of this other political, racial, social shit y'all try to say about Iggy, those arguments, that's what's whack. Just say you don't like her. I don't fuck with Iggy. I think she's corny. Boom. I don't have nothing to debate you on. But when you start talking about, no, it's because she's white and systematic oppression and this and that, and she ain't tweet about Eric Garner, man, if you don't get the fuck out of my face.
She ain't tweet about Eric Garner.
For real, yo.
If you're going to use her accent, you got to fight our battles. That's some bullshit.
You got to get the fuck out of my face with that shit. All right, let's take a break real quick. Let's take a pause for the cause.
Yeah.
And what is that cause, Andrew Schulz?
Well, the cause, my friend, is Squarespace.
Okay.
Chances are you've been over to brilliantidiots.com to check out our t-shirt.
Yep.
Some of our videos, too.
Seen a couple of those.
Well, that's right. Squarespace is so easy, even idiots like us, man, should figure out how to build a website.
Okay.
Get our merchandise up there. And even send it out to you.
No problem.
So remember, if you sign up right now for Squarespace, it's only $8 a month. And you get a free domain if you buy Squarespace for the year. That's right, a free domain name. Start a trial with no credit card required and start building your website today.
By now, you've probably seen that Super Bowl ad with Jeff Bridges, and guess what? The whole Dreaming with Jeff thing is not a stunt. He's really partnered with Squarespace to bring his project to life. It's an album of unique and relaxing sounds, guided meditations, and stories designed to put you to sleep. Jeff Bridges is also the face of No Kid Hungry, a charity group whose main mission is to make sure that no child goes to bed hungry in America, and the proceeds from the Jeff Bridges sleeping tapes will go to No Kid Hungry. Just another good reason to support Squarespace, as if you needed one. When you do decide to sign up for Squarespace, make sure to use the offer code IDIOTS to get 10% off your first purchase and to show your support for our podcast. That's promo code IDIOTS. Squarespace. Start here, go anywhere.
All right, so let's reimagine Iggy Azalea as a black rapper, and discuss whether or not some things would have changed. Do you think T.I. would have signed her if she was black?
Do I think T.I. would have signed her if she was
Does
black?
she still let people touch her hair?
Listen, I really hate hypothetical questions. You know what I'm saying? But probably not. You know, because part of her appeal is the fact, when I first saw her, I was like, tall, white girl with a fat ass. I was like, look at this Nubian white queen with this fat ass.
It's not her whiteness. It's the fact that her whiteness is unique in hip-hop, which is predominantly not white. Does that make sense?
I just thought she was a star when I saw her.
But you know what I'm saying? It's not like oh, her whiteness, that's going to get her to the top. It's just a unique thing in the environment, like a sneaker that comes out that's different, like a car that comes out that's different.
And she was pretty.
She's pretty.
It wasn't like Krayshawn. Krayshawn wasn't a cute girl. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, there's not that many cute girls.
Be Nasty wasn't a cute girl.
Think about it.
Iggy was pretty. Like, I was looking at her like, wow, she's a pretty girl. And let's be clear, you got to give T.I. props too, because T.I. signed her way before any of that shit. T.I. signed her when she first came on the scene. And you asked me, would she blow up if she was black? Hey, if she got fancy, probably. Fancy was going.
Fancy
would be hot even if Iggy Azalea was black.
That's what I'm saying. Absolutely. Fancy was going.
I mean, think about it. A lot of people didn't know Eminem was black when that first song came out. My buddies even said to me, like, when I remember watching the video for the first time, and I was even shocked. I remember sitting down watching the video for the first time, and I go, oh, you guys see this white dude rapping? I said that because it was so shocking for me. And my buddy, black dude, goes, yo, he's nice. And it was cool. Like, he didn't even think about it in terms of, oh, this guy's corny because he's a white guy rapping. I had that prejudice. I was insecure about the fact that there's this white guy rapping. He was like, yo, he's dope. I'll be honest, I didn't even know he was white. I was listening to this song on the radio for 3 weeks before I knew he was white.
No, I'm going to tell y'all something else. Eminem, right? I'm Googling it right now because I want to say the name of the record. I think this is the name of the shit.
Which one?
Oh, man. It was this song that Eminem had on a DJ Clue mixtape. And it was just like, if I had one wish, I'd wish for a big enough ass for the whole world to kiss. I didn't know who the fuck he was. I just thought it was a dope ass record, and this nigga was rapping his ass off, and it was Clue. I didn't remotely think he was white.
Right.
Then, later on, I see the My Name Is shit. And I'm like, hold on, Eminem, what's around? That's the same dude that was on the Clue mixtape? I'm like, wow. So it wasn't even a matter of him being white. He was just dope. He was talented. That's it.
And people knew he was talented. That's why they threw him on that Biggie song. I mean, you don't just throw any rapper on a fucking Biggie track and let him close the track.
And he bodied that record.
He did.
With a bunch of shit I can't relate to. But he killed it. There's several different levels of devil worshiping, horses' heads, human sacrifices, cannibalism, candles, and exorcisms.
Woo!
I can't relate to none of that shit, but that shit sounded good as a motherfucker.
You were with it.
Absolutely.
But I bring up the hypothetical situation to kind of decide whether or not her being white is a moot point. If we reimagine her as black and things stay the same, then it's saying it doesn't matter that she's white. You understand what I'm saying? Like, if we reimagine that she's black and certain things stay the same, then her being white is not the issue.
See, I don't know if things would stay the same.
You can't compare it because now that she doesn't have something as unique in the culture. I think there is something unique and there is a selling point there. The music is still hot. If she's white or black and you hear that song in the club,
fancy.
It's hot.
Absolutely.
It's absolutely hot. But the fact that she's so different, just like when Jeremy Lin was starting to play basketball, he was successful. He was good at basketball. That's why we flocked to it. But the Asian community was obsessed because it was like, wow, here's somebody that I don't usually see doing it. I'm into it. Does that make sense?
And I think her skin complexion in hip hop, her being white in hip hop, is so polarizing.
Yeah.
And not only is it so polarizing, once people start seeing everybody roots for the underdog. That's number one. So when people start seeing everybody going against her, it's probably a whole group of people that champion her. Whether those people are white, black, who knows? But they're like, nah, fuck that. That's our girl, man. Leave her alone. So they probably support her more. So the hate she gets for being white in hip hop is probably helping her grow just as much as her skin complexion is.
Absolutely.
Wow. Yeah, you're keeping her in the news.
Absolutely.
Any
We
press
keep
is good
talking about
press.
her.
Yeah.
She's a trending topic every fucking week.
Yeah.
So, but another thing is she's now like she's nominated in pop categories. She's looked at as pop. Do you think that's something that would have happened if she wasn't white?
That's another dumbass argument.
Because wasn't Nicki nominated in pop character?
Nicki
categories
Minaj
too?
Nicki floats effortlessly from the pop world to the hip hop world. Rihanna floats effortlessly from the pop to hip hop. Rihanna got urban radio stations right now playing a country song.
Yep.
I remember a time in urban radio. This wasn't even too long ago. This was like when We Found Love dropped. Urban wasn't even playing We Found Love in a Hope. They was like, that's pop.
That's an EDM track.
Yes, they weren't playing it, but then it got to a point where Rihanna's just Rihanna, dog.
They didn't get
You got to play her shit.
Calvin Harris.
Look, there's one thing about music and pussy that's very similar. Is that it breaks down all boundaries.
Absolutely.
Do you know what I mean? The most racist dudes back in the day who owned slaves couldn't stop from having sex with the
pink on
hot
the
chicks.
inside, fuck what color their faces.
They say what?
Oh, it was a J. Cole line. He said, it's all pink on the inside, fuck what color their faces.
Exactly. And the same goes to music. You could fucking hate black people, white people, Asian people. If it's a hot song, you're going to listen to that fucking song.
Absolutely.
It's just a hot song.
That's a silly argument. Like, who is considered the king of pop?
Michael Jackson.
He's black.
Fucks kids. That's how great music is. He's black. He fucks kids, and white people are like, "Listen, it's all right. Forgive him. Give him a pass."
That's another dumb argument. Oh, Iggy's white, so she gets pop looks and she gets urban looks. No, she gets those looks just because. And let's be clear, Urban wasn't playing Black Widow. And when it was another single she came out with, Work. Urban Radio played Fancy. That was it. They didn't fuck with the other shit. Period. That shit does not get you it's not an easy path to success. Justin Bieber has been trying to get on urban radio for the past 3 years. He's doing songs with Chance the Rapper, Migos. Urban radio's like, Justin, if you don't get the fuck out of here with that shit, that's it. It's just, either the music's just not good enough or he's not believable, one of the two. So it's like, you can't say just because she's white, she gets the pop looks and the hip-hop urban looks. That has nothing to do with it. Nothing.
Do you also, I think that we get so mad at who's popular, but we don't go out and buy the albums of the people we think are supposed to be popular.
That's very true.
Right? Like we're so mad that Iggy Azalea is going platinum, but we're not helping our favorite rapper go platinum.
Because it's not your favorite rapper. Because you like Iggy more. Because Fancy is better than Charlie Baltimore's hit song. Because Fancy is better than Azalea Banks' hit song. Because Fancy is the one that you want to listen to in the club and you want to dance with your girls, and that's just the reality about it.
And Andrew brings up a good point, man. I have always said, if something's not moving, if people aren't gravitating towards it, maybe it's just not as hot as we think it is or as hot as that person thinks it is. Because when shit is really popping, it goes. Drake's selling. J. Cole's selling. Kendrick sold. Jay-Z is always sold. These guys sell. Nas sells. Biggie sold. Pac sold. All of this shit that is great, that we know is great, sold. All of this subpar shit that may have had subpar sales, but maybe, 200,000 people thought it was good. Hey, it's not my fault millions of people don't think your shit is good enough to go out and buy, man. Maybe it's just not as good as we think it is. Maybe it's just a certain niche people's cup of tea. That's it. I'm a huge Killer Mike fan. Killer Mike is in my top 5 greatest rappers of all time. Killer Mike don't sell no records. But you think the people that love Killer Mike give a shit? No. we're gonna go buy the Run the Jewels album because I like Killer Mike. Ghostface Killer is my favorite MC of all time. Ghost ain't out here selling millions of records. You think the people that are fans of Ghostface Killer give a shit? No, because I'm gonna buy it regardless. So I mean, if we that argument we don't support what we don't like. Yes, we do. We do. And it gets the support that it deserves. If something sells 200,000 records, it probably was meant for it to sell 200,000 records.
And people
That's
sleep
the
on the
truth.
fact that something generic is actually valuable. Like, who do you think makes more money selling T-shirts? Versace or Hanes?
Hanes.
Hanes blows Versace out the fuck. When Versace and Hanes are at the same restaurant, Hanes looks at Versace like, who let this bum motherfucker into this restaurant? Do you know what I mean?
True.
So it's like generic stuff actually reaches a larger audience. We were just talking about this the other day when it comes to a TV show. There's this TV show coming out, and the guy who was the guy who it's basically based on his life, and he's an Asian guy who grew up fresh off the boat, and he's upset that it's being kind of watered down or whited up a little bit, whitewashed, and we're trying and we basically say like America's 64% white. If it was 64% Mexican, please believe that you would be saying "claro, sí" all throughout that fucking episode. You're just trying to sell to the masses. If you want to go to masses, now if you want to create dope art like say Killer Mike, do that. But don't be surprised if it's a smaller niche following that is out there for it.
That's it.
But like even Macklemore, we were pissed when Macklemore won his Grammy, and the guy's literally out here protesting probably more often than you, and we don't want to hear that either.
People were mad that Macklemore won that Grammy simply because it was something in that category that we knew without a shadow of a doubt was better. And that was Kendrick Lamar.
Right.
That's it. Good Kid, Mad City was absolutely positively the best album. So it wasn't even, I don't even think it was it was a black or white thing because everybody was like, the only reason he won that was because he was white. No, it's because the Grammys suck. And the Grammys don't know shit about hip-hop. The Grammys always give whack. They give the most commercial rappers Grammys.
I think there's also a social aspect to that. Do you know what I mean? A social, political, cultural aspect. Like Macklemore had a few songs out there that were really championing, freedom and championing rights and equality. In a way, they gave that in the same way, that maybe we support a movie that is maybe not the best movie, but it really supports, equality, or it supports, overcoming struggle and these type of things.
Macklemore the Grammy because of Same Love, Strange Love, whatever. What was the name of that song?
Same Love.
Same Love. I'm not saying they gave it to him because of that, but I think that that's a contributing factor when it comes to like taking, like just when remember when Kanye West made a song about Jesus Hot?
Yeah, Jesus.
And everybody was like, "Yo, you made a song about Jesus Hot." Like that's dope. You turned something that was really reserved for gospel music into a hip hop song that people were playing in the club.
And the Grammys, Kanye's one of the few things they've gotten right with the Grammys, even though he's never won an album of the year, which he should have.
Right.
Excuse me, he definitely should have won an album of the year a couple times.
Look, Martin Scorsese should have won a fucking Oscar
And
a
hasn't
bunch of
gotten
times,
one.
and then he just won for Departed.
Oh, he won for Departed?
Yeah, but it was like it took him that long to win an Oscar.
Wow, 3 6 Mafia got a fucking Oscar before Martin Scorsese. 3 6 fucking Mafia got an Oscar before Martin, whatever the fuck.
So
his
should
last
hip hop
name
just stop giving a fuck about the Grammys?
Yes! Jay-Z, listen, I hate when people, we act like we forgot when fucking ODB bum rushed the stage at the Grammys and took the mic and said, yo, man, that Puffy shit is cool, but Wu-Tang is for the children. Puff Daddy No Way Out beat Life After Death and Wu-Tang Forever that year. Fuck out of here.
This is not the first time the Grammys has done this, though.
Yeah, no.
I mean, not even with like black music, quote unquote. I'm talking about heavy metal. Like, remember the first heavy metal category that ever came out? Okay, so the first heavy metal award that was ever given was to a guy who played the flute. Like Metallica was in it. Yeah, I think it was like Jethro Tull or some shit. I forget the exact name of it, but it was like technically metal because the instrument was made.
Oh my god!
And it was like, and people went crazy. Like, this isn't fucking metal. This is, you know what I mean? So the Grammys are probably a bunch of old ass motherfuckers that are detached from the culture.
They're out of touch.
And it's not necessarily a racial thing. It's just an age thing. It's like, I don't get the music.
Exactly. I think about it. I don't know who the people are on the Grammy committee, but I'm just thinking there are probably some old, out of touch people who, top of the mind, you know who Kendrick Lamar is? Kendrick Lamar. I don't know who Kendrick Lamar is. You know Macklemore? Oh, Macklemore. I know Macklemore. That's just who they know. I'm voting
He made
for
that
Macklemore.
great song about gay rights and marriage and coming together. What a beautiful hit. I love that. Great things for culture and
Young
people.
MC won a Grammy for Bust a Move. And I think that year he beat out like Slick Rick, The Great Adventures of Slick Rick, and Public Enemy. It Takes a Nation of Millions to hold us back. Like, the Grammys don't know shit about hip hop. Jay-Z boycotted the Grammys one year, the year he won Rap Album of the Year for Hard Knock Life, because he said the Grammys don't show hip hop the proper respect. So why now all of a sudden we acting like the Grammys are supposed to get it right when it comes to rap music? Iggy probably will win this year.
Why do we put so much stock in their opinion?
Who gives a fuck?
Like, stop putting so much stock in the opinions of people who you think aren't qualified to give an opinion.
I remember when Outkast won Album of the Year, I was shocked. I was like, wow.
Were you?
But no, not because I knew the album was amazing.
That they got it right.
That they got it right. But that's before I knew what the Grammys criteria was. The Grammys usually award the most commercially successful artists of that year. Nobody was bigger than Outkast that year in any genre.
The real question I think we need to ask ourselves are, if the Grammys are a bunch of white people, right? Why do we value the opinion of these white people so much? Why does their co-signing our art make us feel good about ourselves? Why do we need these old white people who are detached to tell us we're good? Why can't we look at a BET award who probably would reflect the culture a lot better? The BET Hip Hop Award. Why don't we look at that as our Grammys? Because they understand the culture and understand good music. So ask you, before you go blaming these white people, maybe blame yourself for needing the validation of those white people.
Very true. Why do we want props from the people? Why do we want props from our oppressor? If you always want to play the race card, why do we value props from our oppressors so much?
We had a buddy of mine on just a couple days ago, and he said this. He's an Indian dude. He said this thing is really interesting. He's like, I'll be honest, I don't care if white people accept me or not. I got 1 billion Indians.
Word up.
That's all I give a fuck about.
Up.
He's like, I'll fuck with them. They'll bring me to the top, and then when I'm ready to when white people think they can make money off me, they'll try to make money off me, and then I'll decide.
Isn't that's what this? I mean, back in the day when they had like the Source Awards and the BET Hip Hop Awards, BET Awards. Isn't that what that's for?
Yeah.
Isn't that for us to award each other, to give each other recognition, to give each other props? So who gives a fuck what America thinks? They're wrong. Because guess what? You're going to give Macklemore the award, and your white children are going to sit there in the living room and say, Kendrick Lamar should have won that. Because to them, they probably think Macklemore's corny. Seriously.
I mean, be honest, who do you want to compliment for if you're a rapper? Who would you prefer a compliment from? Some fucking exec of a television show. Really, that's all the Grammys are. It's a TV show. Or Charlamagne the God. What means more to you as a rapper? Me personally, if I'm a rapper, it's Charlamagne because he's in the culture. He knows the music and he has a strong opinion about the music. Than this dude who puts together a fucking TV show.
Do you think Macklemore's cool, Schulz?
Cool?
Yeah.
No, I don't go to it like that. I mean, I think he fit an interesting, niche in the market.
Yeah.
I think the thrift shop shit was cool. Like, me personally, I'm not really a fan of like preachy people, but there's my own insecurity right there. Like, I don't like righteous people because they make me feel like I ain't shit. So now I gotta take you down because I don't like feeling like I ain't shit. You know what I mean? But at the same time, it's like everybody's like, we can act like he's the most authentic dude, but he's talking about like $50 for a t-shirt is stupid, and then you're wearing Jordans. So it's like, dogs, what do you want to do? You want to talk about corporate America?
Do that every day.
You know what I mean? It's just like, I admit I'm a hypocrite. So if you ever go, Andrew, you said something that's hypocritical, it's like, yeah, that's what I do.
I respect Macklemore because I never looked at it as a black or white thing. Because you know what? When Macklemore came to the Breakfast Club 4 years ago, I looked him dead in his eyes and I said, you're not going to get no radio play, dog. Because I was looking at it from the Mac Miller perspective, because Mac Miller had just came out, sold a bunch of records independently, but radio wasn't playing his music. I said, Joe, you'll probably, build a cult like follow and have a fan base, but you're not going to get no radio play. He was like, I don't know. A year later, I had to apologize to the kid.
That's good that you
I was
recognize
dead.
it.
And you know why I didn't think he was going to get no radio play? Because I'm like, just another white rapper. Just seriously, that was my mentality. It's like, and not just another white rapper, just an okay white rapper. You ain't him.
That's the thing. I don't think he's the greatest rapper. I mean, I like the topic of that he's rapped. Sometimes you can rap about a topic.
It was fearless.
And
Same Love was fearless. If you start a rap song off oh, when I was young, I thought I was gay. Oh, you deserve every award you can get. In hip hop, you call yourself a hip hop artist and you start off a song, when I was young, I thought I was gay. Oh, that's fearless. That's fearless.
You're not gonna not listen. You know what I'm saying? Like, if that's the first line of a song, you can be like, all right, I think we're gonna have to hear this shit out. You know what I mean? Like, let me go with this. Let me see what's going on with this story. So of course you're gonna get listens. I don't know. I mean,
the fact he's independent. Like he did that on his own, like that. Like people act like,
yo, that's huge.
Yes, a lot of these records, a lot of those records that he put out were old. Macklemore has been trying to get on rapping in the Seattle underground scene forever.
And how you gonna hate a guy who's independent? Because you can't say the man pushed him out there, because the man had nothing to do with it. It was the people that literally put him out there.
Yep.
That's a good, and there is some kind of Eminem type shit going on there, which is, hey, I struggled, I went through it, it's super fucked up, nobody wanted to give me a shot. Okay, now, and you keep your boy, like you put your boy's name.
Ryan Lewis, yep. And he hit all angles, because Thrift Shop started on the pop stations. Z100 was playing Thrift Shop before Power 105. I don't think we ever played Thrift Shop. We played the shit with the dude that sounded like John Legend, and he looked like Mel from Catfish. Remember where we go that? This is the whole back. Like, we was playing that. So he was killing him from both sides. He had Thrift Shop, then that record popped off on the Urban, then that record went over to pop. Like, so Macklemore did his thing, dog.
I like that song. I got my white wall Cadillac, da, da. You know that song?
Yeah.
That shit was cool, man. I like that chorus.
But they're still mad at him. Like, hip hop is still mad at Macklemore right now.
You know what? You can't please everybody. And I think Macklemore tries to. I think that's the problem. Like, I think, like, and you've said this before about, like, the corniest thing he did was after accepting the Grammy saying that Kendrick should have won or some fucking shit like that. It's like,
he don't own his shit.
But I think he's sincere about protesting now and talking about.
What?
He's outside in Seattle protesting about the Eric Garner decision, about Ferguson and things like that. I think he really means that.
No, I don't think Macklemore's doing that just to be down. I think that's what he does. I mean, Seattle's known for that. That's that whole area is known for that kind of stuff. But the thing with Macklemore I don't like is whenever he's under the gun, it's
I ain't shit, man.
Why?
Because the second she said that, all I want to say is, well, I was at Ferguson last weekend.
Listen,
people need to know what I've been up to. This motherfucker getting all this credit for Skyping in his protests. I was on the streets.
Macklemore, whenever he's under the gun, he tells people what they want to hear. He won the Grammy. He said everybody mad at him. Kendrick should have won. Azalea Banks get on the radio and say whatever about him. Yeah, I am here because of white privilege and stuff like that. Yo, man, own your shit, dog. Tell motherfuckers how you've been working hard for 10 years. You know what I'm saying? Tell motherfuckers how you're independent. All right, tell motherfuckers how radio wasn't playing your shit initially. Tell them how motherfuckers like Charlamagne said you'd never get radio play. Tell them how motherfuckers fronted on you and you had to do shit yourself before you got to that point. You know what I'm saying? And guess what? We still don't know what Macklemore is going to do next. His next album might come out and flop.
Game over.
And it's over. Back to Seattle. You'll be like Sir Mix-a-Lot, God bless him. You'll be a legend forever in Seattle. No,
God
for
bless
real.
him.
Like, no, for real.
Sir Mix-a-Lot and Macklemore will be headlining the Coffee Bean House on Rumor Street.
Sir Mix-a-Lot's a god in Seattle.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he's still on the radio out there. They still go crazy. I saw him perform at
the
Q93
symphony
Summer
and
Jam.
all that.
Oh, man. And that's how Macklemore will be forever in Seattle. He'll always be able to get good seats to the Seahawks game if things don't work out for him in this rap.
All right, what is this?
Guess what, my brothers?
What's that?
Valentine's Day is next week.
Oh, shit.
You know your girl's friends are going to ask her, so what did he get you for Valentine's Day?
That's true.
Even though she's just being sarcastic because she saw it posted on Instagram. If you do what you're supposed to do, and I'm telling you what you're supposed to do, you've got a chance to impress your woman and her friends. You'll be a hero when she posts all over Instagram and Twitter and Facebook and all that good stuff that you came through for Valentine's Day. How do you do it? Go to proflowers.com, okay? You can order 100 blooms of love with a free glass vase for just $19.99, okay? Impress her even more by upgrading. You can add gourmet chocolates and a stuffed bear for just $9.99 more. Go to proflowers.com and use our code IDIOTS.
So why Pro Flowers? That's the question. Why? Well, Pro Flowers is quick, easy, and delivery on Valentine's Day is guaranteed. Okay, don't wait on the long line at the flower shop. You know you could wait at least an hour online at a flower shop on Valentine's Day.
Listen, price and convenience, man. That's all you want, bro.
That's true.
$19.99, you can buy literally 5 dozen roses. Nobody got to know the price. All people going to see on her Instagram is That's at least 5 or 6 dozen roses.
And you get the free vase. So if you want, you could just sell the vase on eBay, make your money back. You might even make a profit on getting your girls roses.
And Pro Flowers are guaranteed the last 7 days or you get your money back. Ooh. 7 days she get to stunt. Ooh. 7 days she get to stunt until them roses go dead.
The longer you wait, the harder it is to find roses at this price, okay?
That's right. So go to proflowers.com. Click on the blue microphone in the top right corner and type in idiots. Proflowers.com. Click on the microphone and type in idiots. Order today because this deal expires Friday at midnight.
You getting your girl something?
Absolutely. And always remember, fellas, what you don't do, another man will.
So
if you don't go to proflowers.com and buy some flowers for your woman, another man's going to go to proflowers.com and buy some flowers.
None of you buy my girl any flowers at proflowers.com. All right? That's my job. I'm going to do it.
Oh, it's going down.
Nah. Well, if you do it, address it to me so I can give it to her, and that's a huge assist. I like that.
Let's get back to the motherfucking show.
So this is a conversation that will basically never end.
It could. If it's people pick and choose when they want to have it. Like, nobody had it when Paul Wall was popping. Paul Wall was a nigga. Paul Wall was drinking lean. And that's my dog. Paul Wall was drinking lean. Paul Wall popularized grills. He didn't. And that's it. Paul Wall did for grills what Miley Cyrus did for twerking. Grills were always around. That was our thing. Paul Wall made it the shit. Even now, where do we go to get our grills? TV Johnny and motherfucking Paul. TV Johnny's Asian. Running around here with big ass jewelry on the grills. We pick and choose when we want to have these arguments, and you can't have convenient prejudice, dog. You know what I'm saying? Because it's really not prejudice. Just say what you're really mad at.
That's what I'm saying. Just be fucking honest.
I don't like Iggy.
Can you be fucking honest with me?
Just say, yo, I don't like Iggy because I think she's whack.
Say, I don't like Iggy because I don't like my life. Just be honest. Say, I'm not where I am in my career, so I don't have the confidence to like somebody ahead of me. You know how much confidence it takes to like someone more successful than you? That takes a lot of security and confidence.
And people love to justify their own failures.
Woo.
So if you see somebody like Iggy, who, you probably are better than lyrically. You see somebody like Macklemore, who you probably are better than lyrically. In your mind, you have to justify your own failure by saying, they just on because they white.
You are better than them lyrically, but you don't have thrift shop. You don't have fancy. Listen, there is no privilege greater in the world than hot song privilege. Hit record privilege will beat anything.
Trinidad James was trash.
He had hit record.
He was garbage.
He had baby teeth on the top jaw. On the top jaw, there were baby teeth there, and he was the hottest song in the country, and he revolutionized the drug industry.
All in. All in.
All right. Well, then, what we're basically saying is, what you guys are saying is,
we are the authorities. So whatever we say,
the authorities of race, the experts say, shut the fuck up about Iggy Azalea. You're not even really mad at anything.
You're not really mad at nothing. Listen, I promise you. Listen. This is the hypothetical question you should ask, and I wish this was true. I wish we could really ask this. I wish Trayvon Martin didn't get killed last year. I wish Michael Brown didn't get killed last year. I wish Eric Garner didn't get killed last year. I wish anybody who got any situation, those situations didn't get killed last year. If it wasn't this racial tension, if all these conversations about white privilege and all this stuff weren't going on, we wouldn't give a shit about Iggy Azalea. The same way we didn't give a shit about Macklemore. We didn't give a fuck about Macklemore until it was all over and he was being awarded for all the records and shit he had already sold, and he beat somebody we knew he shouldn't have beat in the Grammy category. Nobody would give a fuck about Iggy and all the records she was selling if it wasn't for all this racial tension that was going on in America right now.
So who's really to blame? The police.
Darren Wilson.
The police, you blame the cops for Iggy Azalea. That's who the beef is.
That is absolutely true. That is absolutely positively true.
I had no idea what the fuck you were going to say.
Iggy need to do a song called Fuck the Police.
Yo! That's a remix here.
And how the police ruined the best year of her life.
Oh, okay? Fuck.
The fucking cops ruined the best year of Iggy Azalea's life.
Well, I feel like we did it. I feel like that's it.
Listen, we're here. We're only 53 minutes in.
We good. That's good. That's a nice little podcast.
You think?
You don't think so? We just used to doing these. We
used to doing. I mean, we don't have to do 2 hours, but
you don't have any. You sure you don't have any more questions? Listen, you gotta utilize the authorities on race while you got them.
Yeah. Anything else in your personal life?
No.
Let's start asking you. Let's ask her some questions.
You can
Who
turn
you
the
fucking,
table.
Iyana?
Yeah, come on.
I've never fucked.
Anybody?
I've only fucked black men.
You've never fucked a white guy?
No.
Never.
Ever.
Really?
Yes.
With
Why
those
did- what time I
glasses
wanna
and
know why
that
she-
knit sweater,
Oh,
you haven't
why
bagged
did-
a white dude like that? She's wearing like a get a white dude outfit, if you ask me.
Why did she volunteer that information?
I know, we weren't
I'm
even
fine.
asking
Like,
that.
it's like
I'm
that
fine
was
with
guilt.
that.
That was black pussy guilt.
Not
I never
even.
fucked a white guy. Ain't no white dick
Ain't
ever
no
been in
guilt.
here.
Hold up. There's no guilt involved
Okay.
in
Wait,
that statement at
Why
all.
not? Why not?
I'm with it. It just never happened.
Not at college ever. You see this white guy in the library and he's there, studying something that he won't be able to get a job at.
Nope.
Nothing?
No.
Don't give him none of that sweet black pussy. He got everything else.
No, let him appropriate
That's what I
that.
tell
I
girls.
think
That's what I
Let
tell
him
black-
appropriate that.
I think you need to let him appropriate. I think that's important. You know what I mean?
We were going to talk to you guys about interracial dating.
Let's do it.
He's in an interracial relationship.
I'm an expert
Go.
in interracial dating. Listen, let me tell you something. You might not agree, not you, but the world might not agree with interracial dating, but God does.
And how do you know this to be true?
Because
Drake
I've
is successful.
never seen an
And so is J.
interracial
Cole.
person not be successful or not be gorgeous.
Barack Obama's president.
They are all gorgeous.
Literally, who's better looking, Joe Biden or Barack Obama?
I mean,
That's
The
the
trophy's
world.
clear.
That's the world telling you we're supposed to fuck each other. Do you know what I mean? My girl is gorgeous, retarded, good looking. Both of my parents are white. I'm all right. Do you know what I mean? If my mom would have got some black dick, maybe I'd be out here killing it. Do you know what I'm saying? Or vice versa, my pop. So it's honestly, we're supposed to mix it up. Now, I think people, you know what I've noticed about interracial dating, which is kind of interesting? It's not outward prejudice. It's sometimes people don't realize. Do you know what I mean? Like, for example, I might be on a date with a black chick and I would notice black guys would just hit on her and then I'd be like, oh no, I'm going on a date. And they'd be like, oh, word? Like they couldn't fathom.
Ain't no way you getting this.
No
No way this white boy getting this good black
and then,
pussy.
yeah, it's crazy, man. You can't handle that. I'm walking down the street. I'm on a date. Why would you tell her that?
Let me
I
see
know
your
I
dick,
can't.
Let's measure dicks.
He can't get to the bottom of that, boo. He can't get to the bottom of that. You know what I'm saying?
I don't care what race you are.
We
I
don't,
like pink
we
pussy.
don't heckle the black dude when he's walking down the street, the white girl. Do you know what I mean? That'd be fucked up to do.
No, that's a bullshit. White guys look at white girls when they see them with black guys just to make sure their mouth isn't going, help.
That's great. That'd be funny. You walk up is everything okay, man? Just blink once.
tell me.
Blink once if he's around. You don't want to say it. Just blink
Look
once.
left.
Exactly.
I don't mind interracial relationships simply because I feel like if it's one thing that doesn't know color, it's love. When you love, you love. It don't matter if that person's black,
Or
white,
sex.
handicapped,
Yeah, sex too.
It don't matter the gender.
Or
Like
sex.
if you grow to love somebody, you grow to love that person. And I think that trumps everything.
But I think for me, I still get jokes about being down with the swirl. That's still a thing.
What does that mean?
That I would date a white guy.
Is it why do black women not like it when black guys date? No, not all black women, but why
When
is
black
there a
guys date white
faction?
women?
Yeah, of black women do not like it when black men date white women.
Because they single. Because I guarantee you, if you was to poll those black women, 90% of them are single.
So you're
in their
saying-
mind, they're like, they taking all our motherfucking men.
But
That's one thing single women like to
I'm
say.
going to tell you why.
Go.
I have the answer. I am the expert right now.
Read that Maya Angelou quote you got in your phone. That explains your situation, boo.
Black women get mad at interracial dating, whether the man is white or the woman is white, because they automatically believe that couple is now more likely to be married.
Why? That's a statistic?
Because black people don't get married.
Oh.
That's the problem.
Well, why don't black people get married? Maybe if you black
I'm
women
only
get your
26,
fucking
I
act
don't know.
together.
I'm mad.
I don't know.
You know what's so funny, man? It's funny that you said that people make the joke about swirl because if
Real quick about him being married, he's been with his girlfriend for 17 years. He just got married.
Hey,
so that point that you had
See?
is
It doesn't
completely
matter how you
You got a
consistent.
rider.
It
She
doesn't-
waited.
It doesn't matter how you break the stereotype as long as the stereotype gets broken. Now, I told somebody this morning,
She
they
had to
called,
set up a fake diary. leave it around.
Made
so
you
he found
sandwiches
it.
for a year.
No.
Did y'all
She
hear
had
about
a
that
fake
shit?
diary that he read by accident, and it said some shit like, "Am I not good enough?" or something like
Real though. That's how women be feeling.
Bullshit.
Like,
She wrote that shit last year, left it on the bed, perfectly open to that page.
I'm about to get this fucking ring.
what
Call her girl right after that shit worked, but
Andrew don't realize his girlfriend feels the exact same way right now.
probably.
So you better get to buying that
Probably.
ring soon.
Oh yeah,
ain't
if a
shit.
white boy don't marry you, you really
Oh
confused.
man, that's
Listen,
even
You're
worse.
very confused.
Listen. A
You
girl,
I'm born in New York City where people don't get married.
nah, fuck that.
Born and raised in New York City.
Nah,
People don't
fuck
get married
that.
till they're 70 in New York City.
Girls get upset after they realize they've been giving away all this free milk and this motherfucker don't want to buy this cow. And you'll start to see resistance from your woman. It's simple shit. Like, yo, put my plate up. I'm not putting your fucking plate up. Like, what? I want you to cook this tonight. No, I'm not cooking shit. What the fuck you mean you're not cooking shit? I'm not yours. Oh.
See, I do have one thing on her.
You ain't got to that point yet.
I do have one thing on her, though. And it's almost more valuable than wedding ring. It's a visa.
You know,
That's
a good card. That's
No,
a
but
good card.
y'all got to be married to have that, right?
No, I sponsor her.
Really?
Yeah, I'm a great guy. You know what I mean? That's a beautiful thing.
A great guy.
I gave her freedom.
Time out. All of this time. Now, time out.
Bruh.
As a black man, I've often looked at Schulz and I'm like, Schulz can't handle that. I mean, right? Now I know what the fuck's going on.
I can't remember who
Let's
tweeted
go,
it.
baby. I
Fuck
gave her the
yourself.
Constitution of America, baby. I pledge allegiance to the flag.
You want
of
a
the
marriage
United-
license when I gave you the motherfucking Constitution?
Schulz got a slave.
You think? Listen, you
Schulz
think?
got papers.
You
on
think I
that
could
girl.
get a woman that beautiful and that perfect without some leverage? Get the fuck out of here, dog.
At least he knows.
Sarah want free? Sarah want free?
She want free, no, baby. It ain't happening. That happened. Listen, I know who I am. I know what I'm capable of getting. I needed something. All right, this portion of the show is brought to you by FanDuel. If you don't know by now, FanDuel is where you can go for one-day leagues with no season-long commitment, 12,000 leagues open every day, playing as many as you'd like, salary cap format, draft the players you want in minutes. There's over $10 million in real cash prizes paid out every week. That's $10 million paid out every week. Instant payouts as soon as the leagues end, and leagues start at only $1.
Now, why is no season-long commitment so important? All right, I'm going to break it down for you. Let's just say you have an NBA team and you haven't picked the right guy. Maybe you got Brandon Jennings.
Ooh, horrible.
Why would you pick him? I have no idea.
I mean, he was killing it,
Okay.
but he just popped his Achilles, man.
Yeah, he ripped up his Achilles. Now you don't know what to do. Well, FanDuel, no problem. Just switch it up and sprinkle a little Langston Galloway. Why would you want any New York Knick on your squad? I have no idea.
That's a phenomenal question.
Well, let's just say Langston Galloway and the Knicks go on some type of winning streak. You'll be saying
Langston
Brandon
Galloway.
Hugh, okay, in no time.
Who the fuck is Langston Galloway?
I have no idea, but you know why I'm not worried about not knowing who he is?
Why?
Because he's a New York Knick.
Listen,
You're
I
not
think
supposed to know no Knick but Carmelo Anthony.
you're being very disrespectful of my Knicks right
And
now.
Amari Stoudemire.
You're being very disrespectful, but I understand it. But Langston Galloway, it sounds like we're hiring like beat poets.
They are.
Apparently, Langston Galloway is going to be performing at the what is that shit?
All the real New York Knicks are on strike, and y'all don't even know it. They're striking over something, and these are just some motherfuckers.
Melo's striking right now.
No, yes, Melo's about to play hurt after the All-Stars.
Amari's knees have been striking for the last 3 years.
I don't even know who that is.
Amari Stoudemire.
I never heard of him.
Oh no, that wasn't the guy that you just mentioned. Okay,
know.
I see. I see how you are.
He's
Anyway,
so forgettable nowadays.
who Amari?
Yeah,
All right, you keep on saying that.
he is.
But his religious faith.
That's, you know what? Ever since he started pretending to be something he's not, it's gone all downhill from there.
So you're saying God noticed
Yes.
it and was like, I know you're not about this
Yes.
life.
Yes.
Wow.
I see how you wear this yarmulke like a fitted cap.
Wow.
Okay.
Probably not even circumcised. You need to get that dick cut. You need to get that dick cut if you want to be part of the team.
Listen, remember, there's a new user special. FanDuel is giving you a bonus of up to $200 on your first deposit. For every dollar you deposit, FanDuel will match it up to $200. Offer is only good for the first 50 people that use our code BRILLIANT. All right, don't forget to use the code BRILLIANT at FanDuel.com, where every week is a new season. That's FanDuel.com. Sign up today.
All right, let's get back to the show.
You said as a black girl, you people joke with you about the swirl thing. As a black man, when a black woman says, I married a white man, I'm with a white guy, I say congratulations. Just that's what I fuck with.
Wait, what?
Like if a black woman's with a white man, I say congratulations. Congratulations, boo.
Yeah, Eve. Everybody's walking around like Eve won. Eve won.
No.
Eve won.
They're not saying Eve won because she married a white guy.
They're
saying Eve won because she married a billionaire.
Yeah.
Let's be clear. That's another thing y'all gonna have to start realizing.
But they correlate the two. They make the two.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
No, they don't.
We can pull up Vibes' account right now, and I will show you these Facebook comments.
Well, they're retarded. I see money.
Whoa.
Money don't got nothing to do with race.
Oh, I just realized some shit. Sorry to interrupt, but you know how you said, you know how nobody gets married right now? Like marriage is going way down? Maybe black people are just ahead of their time.
We knew this was going to happen.
Yeah, maybe you were just smarter than everybody. You were like, listen, the institution of marriage is stupid. Why would we even go through with this shit? Now we're just catching up to how antiquated it is.
No, I'm all about that polygamy shit. I do wish it's this, put it like this. This is when you get black. When you say it's not in our nature. When you get caught cheating, you tell your girl, it's not in our nature. Because it's my African Egyptian ancestry. for me not to be with one woman.
Shit slapped out of you, Charlamagne.
Yo, you always throw Egypt in there when you're trying to justify some shit that's unjustifiable.
Egypt and Africa. You gotta take that shit.
Your Honor, I had to knock him out. You have to understand the Egyptian way. Listen, my ancestors who built the pyramids did not build them off the blood, sweat, and tears of pacific.
You get caught cheating, the first thing that's I take it back to the motherland quick. Look, man, it's just not in my nature. We from Africa.
Oh my God.
Africans out there, yo, stop blaming this shit on us. That's why they think we angry, because you guys blame all your violent shit on us.
It's so funny. I'm talking to this chick, right? She's Egyptian. So, I'm like, oh yeah, I can tell her I'm married. Because she'll totally understand. Like,
oh my God. Oh my God.
She look at you like, you need another one?
She broke this shit down to me so crazy. She was like, no, it's a choice. And like, I grew up in a household where my father's been with the same girl for 40 something years and married, and he didn't choose to be with other wives and other women. And I'm like, all right, well, catch you next lifetime.
But think about it, right? Like we act like we don't understand. It's easy to not understand polygamy when everybody has food. You know what I mean? But if you live in a city where there's like 100 guys and they're the guys who have food, right? And there's 400 women and they need food, you're gonna be okay with your man having another wife.
Four of us have to marry him.
Exactly, because they got the food. It's very simple.
We giving Stevie J flack for what he tried to do with Jocelyn and Mimi, but it's gonna get back to that point in a minute. You know what I'm saying? Black people, we've been the minority for too long, and we're not gonna catch up unless you gotta start giving up some of that pussy to make us married men. We gotta start breeding. Like everybody married.
This is the most manipulative shit. Baby, we gotta do this for black people.
We got to.
Martin Luther King did not march from Selma to Montgomery for our numbers to dwindle in America compared to the Mexicans.
Martin was fucking.
Mexicans are taking over because you're not giving married men some pussy.
You think these Mexicans are just fucking one woman? These Mexicans are not becoming the fucking majority by just fucking one woman. It's not happening, okay?
Marriage doesn't automatically mean monogamy, though.
Oh,
there are
so
plenty of married
cool
men.
With married?
Hell no, not me.
Okay.
But there are plenty of married men and women fucking other people.
But they're hiding it from their wives and their husbands.
Yeah, of course.
We need some positive infidelity.
Positive infidelity.
We need some calculated infidelity. We need some infidelity that's warranted. Like, go do it. Yes, for us. For the black race.
Infidelity is the greatest thing I've ever heard. Positive infidelity.
We do. It needs to be some positive infidelity out here, man.
Yeah, but you guys asked why black women get mad at that shit. That's why. Because we look at it and go, I'm never going to get married.
Yeah, but you have to realize.
I don't get mad at this, but
not you,
we
but
as black women.
If I'm a woman, right? Mm-hmm. I would say I don't want to get married because you really can't be an empowered female and believe in marriage, in my personal opinion. Completely, because you have to wait for your man to ask you. That is the most powerless shit on the planet.
You don't, though. I would never propose to a man, but some women do.
I know, and that shit looks stupid. I've seen a girl go down on one knee and her knee isn't even built for it. She starts wobbling and shit like that, and she just gives her man's dainty hand and puts a ring. It just looks crazy. Like, if I'm an empowered woman, I'd be like, fuck that. I'm not going to wait for a man to ask me. That's stupid. I'm a Uber that shit. You know what I mean? I don't go out and wait for a cab. I get that Uber
that shit.
done.
You know why black women will never get married? Because y'all keep telling yourselves y'all won't get married. Whatever you tell yourself you won't do, you won't do.
But it's not just us telling ourselves. It's like in the media. Like,
Stop listening to the fucking media.
The new movie on Lifetime with this ring, where like
a great movie, by the way. I watched it this weekend with Jill Scott. First of all, Jill Scott's one of the finest women on the planet.
She is so bad.
Bad.
Oh, she bad.
Jill
She's
Scott,
my best friend in my head.
That was a great movie.
We're
that was
friends.
a great movie.
Hey Jill, we're friends. Hi. No, but the problem with that movie is like the desperation in Regina Hall's character. Like the last 10 minutes, she's pissing me off because it's not that deep. You know what I mean? But
what happened?
She wanted to get married so bad
that she was about to marry the biggest asshole ever. Yes. And she was walking like down the aisle like, no, I want to be married so bad. I don't care who I'm married to.
And not paying attention to the guy who really loved her.
Right.
The guy who was really into her, she was ignoring the fuck out of.
Right, so those things are telling us too. Y'all don't get married. Y'all don't get married. This is the kind of stuff y'all have to do to get married. Like that's what we're watching on TV, and then that message is being, communicated to us.
I thought Jay-Z and Beyonce changed all that.
They should have.
I thought Alicia and Swiss changed all that. They didn't change our perception of marriage.
They should have.
Guys, I think we just hit it on the head. The reason marriages fail is because of women. No, you're so desperate to get married that you marry the wrong person.
That's true.
Because it's not like guys are begging to get married.
No.
We're agreeing.
Unless they're in the army.
Exactly. If they're in the army, maybe. But we're agreeing to marriage, right? Because the woman wants it so bad.
Forced.
And then when y'all marry a good guy, y'all don't let him get no extracurricular pussy because of what the media tells y'all.
Yeah.
You know what?
Stop being manipulated by the media.
That motherfucker goes out and gets a little pussy on the side and relax. He's coming home and he loves you.
Damn.
And what happens when he gets a little chlamydia on the side?
He ain't gonna get no chlamydia. That's his fault.
First of all, you could clear that
up. A little
up.
gonorrhea on the side.
You could clear that up easy. That's an antibiotic.
We'll just go get some Z-Packs and it'll all be done.
Put a condom on.
So what happens if he's out there helping people and curing Ebola? What happens with that? I don't know what that has to do with anything, but I'm just saying there's worse diseases he could get doing good things.
Oh my God. But that I think that like black women have, well, I don't even know if like the young black women I know, we all know that we want to get married, but I feel like that's particular to our group of friends, and that outside of that, I don't really know if young black women want to be married anymore.
Well, let's talk about this too.
They do want to be dude, I think marriage is the same thing as the Grammys. Really. It's like you want these guys to validate you when you shouldn't need them to validate you because who the fuck are they? You validate yourself.
It's totally different than the Grammys. Oh, it's a woman's nature. By nature, she is supposed to be somebody's mate. You
could be someone's mate without being married. You could have kids without being married.
But you can, but that's not what they teach us to do here.
I'm just saying, I feel like
that's not what the Bible teaches us to do.
Mm-hmm.
I'm with you, but that's not what we've been taught our whole lives.
I'll be honest, I think my girl, and we've spoken about this, and I believe her when she says this, and I feel this way about her. I want to spend my life with this woman, and I want to marry her, and I would love to, and literally be honored to marry. She's an amazing woman, but she's literally told me, she's like, that's unimportant to me. Like, as long as we're together and we want to do that, we want to have a family, then I'm cool with that. And in a way, that's so freeing for her because she doesn't have to go every year of her life that she doesn't get married. She doesn't have to go through, oh, was I not good enough? Right. Oh, was not She decided. And if I do ask her and she says yes, then that's cool. Then we go do that.
That could be just some women liberal shit, though. Like, let me get in front of this.
Yo,
let me get in front of this.
Some Olivia Pope. Did you just Olivia Pope marriage? Did you just scandal this shit?
Ooh, speaking of Olivia Pope.
Go.
Olivia, well, this is a good topic too. So I was watching Empire. I gave up on that show. But
I love Empire. I'm just getting started. I love that shit. That shit is so bad, it's great. I call it nigger NATO.
I gave up on it, but I don't remember who tweeted it or like where it came from when I was on Twitter. But someone was like we don't see happy black couples on TV anymore. And I think those are the
what happy couples do we see on TV? TV is about misery. That's every single show. No, what happy couple you see on TV?
The Cosby Show.
How long ago was that?
I brought up Blackish, which coincidentally comes on at the exact same time, which I don't think is a mistake. But like not being able to see like happy black couples in all your TV shows is somehow communicating to you that there's no such thing as a happy black couple.
There's nothing funny or interesting about happiness. Happiness is boring.
I can't think of no happy couples on TV.
Misery.
Who's a happy couple on TV?
That's what I just said. There's no happy couples on TV.
Fucking Mike and Molly.
They're fighting constantly and they're gonna die in 2 years from diabetes. You think either of Mike or Molly are happy? You show me an obese person that's happy, okay? Yeah. Fucking Rick Ross been eating pears for the last year because of his happiness.
And let's be clear, even on Empire, Terrence Howard and his new woman are great. They living the life. It's the ex-woman that y'all looking at, Taraji, who just came out of jail, who's a little upset. But Terrence and his new boo is living the life.
More than a little upset.
Terrence and his new boo are fine.
And then they get mad at Olivia Pope for being the president's mistress because he's white. And like, that's basically the point, is that we have all these images on TV of black
That's your
women.
problem. Stop looking at TV. Go look at the real world.
This
Go
is
walk
not
through
my
the park
problem,
and look
but
at these old
this
couples.
is the talk.
Go walk through the walk and see these old couples that's been married 60, 70 years. Like, why is TV the bar? TV should not be the bar.
Dude, turn on CNN. Look at Michelle and Barack Obama. Michelle Obama just went to Saudi Arabia.
That ain't enough for niggas no more. Huh?
Didn't put on a headscarf
You know what's so
in
crazy?
Saudi Arabia.
There's something to negate about every happy black couple. That's what we do.
That's the problem. It used to be a time when all black people needed is one example. And we had the utmost belief that could be us too. We got Barack and Michelle, Jay-Z and Beyonce, Alicia and Swiss, and we like, no.
Will Smith and Jada.
No.
Will and Jada.
Will and Jada.
Denzel and his wife.
It's like, no, something's wrong. Denzel's fucking Sanaa Lathan. Jay-Z's got other kids that
Well,
he's
of
having.
course he's married. He's the president. Duh.
Yes. Like,
He was married before he was the president.
Like,
he was married
that's
when
the
he
kind
was
of stuff
fucking
he
broke
like,
in
he's the
Chicago.
president. Duh.
Listen, okay, so we do need to have this discussion about interracial relationships. Since black men are so fucked up, you need to start considering dating outside of your race.
That is also another consensus. So when you looking for a good man, stop fucking with these niggas.
Okay.
That's a
Honestly,
that's a thing too.
If you want, hey, look, if you want anybody to act better, stop fucking with them. That's literally what it is. Stop, shut down the pussy. Give the pussy to white guys, Asian dudes. Give the pussy up to the people. And Chris Rock had a great joke about it. He said something about like the reality is that black women don't want to fuck anybody but black men. That's why it's difficult. That's who they're attracted to. That's who they want to be with. So it makes it hard. But hey, fucking get over it.
Yeah.
Stop fucking white dudes, and trust me, black guys will flip it around real quick. Yes, they
won't.
will.
You know why? Because it's gonna always be some pink pussy out there.
That's true.
I don't know who that pink pussy gonna be attached to, but it's gonna be some pink pussy out there. Okay, and that pink pussy may be white, black, Puerto Rican, Haitian. It don't matter. Black guy gonna fuck it.
Start fucking some white dudes. Start fucking only rich, successful white dudes. You're gonna see shit. You're gonna see guys stop wearing chains and shit like that. They're gonna start wearing collared shirts.
And
it's
give
gonna
their
be
rap
hilarious.
careers.
Oh, dude, it's gonna be hilarious. Oh yeah, I gave up rap. I'm an accountant now. Oh, really, Jamal? That's beautiful. I like
I
that.
just look at her and be like, look at that old PPL over there.
What's that?
Pink penis lover.
That's beautiful.
That's a little PPL.
That's right. You damn right. I'm a pink. Say that shit. You damn right. I'm a pink penis lover.
I can't.
Listen, let them know.
No, I'm not against it. I think there are some beautiful white men.
Who's your white dude? If you want, who's the white guy you want to fuck?
I am currently crushing on Nick Jonas, and the
Really?
whole
Nick
office
Jonas is
is
dope.
laughing at me like,
I love his song
Why?
Jealous.
Nick Jonas. Wow, I'm like,
Jealous
that
is
is
hard.
bae. What are y'all talking about?
Who
you
else?
Do you not see this fine specimen?
Jealous is a hard record. I fuck with Nick Jonas.
Me too.
I see a lot. He's Nick's about to get that brown sugar love in a minute.
Oh, I think he's probably already had plenty of.
He gonna get
you
it.
don't think?
Who
Else besides Nick Jonas?
That's my current crush. I had to like reel myself back in because I was ashamed of this, but I did have lusty thoughts for Justin Bieber's Calvin Klein ad. I was like, oh
What's
shit,
wrong with that? He looked
because
great.
he's Justin Bieber.
That eggplant got you.
Yeah.
Not even the eggplant. He just looked really good, and I was like, okay.
Yeah, but what's wrong
Hey.
with that? Who cares? He's Justin Bieber.
This is the thing. There's like I'll go back to the office and I'm like, y'all, did y'all see that Calvin Klein ad? They're like, oh, Iyana, please don't start with Justin Bieber. No, please don't go there. Like,
Let me tell you
nah.
something. If he's at a club and he points at that girl and says, "Get over here," I guarantee her feelings are going to be a lot different.
She's gonna fucking float.
Oh, she's going to go up there, open the pussy, roll it out herself. You know what I mean?
carpet's
Insert
gonna
here.
Oh yeah, Justin fucking.
Oh yeah.
The Biebs is definitely gonna fuck you.
Absolutely.
There's so many. I mean, they're like just regular guys. Like, I'll see a regular white guy and be like, oh, he's hot. Like, I'm not opposed to it. It just never happened. I'm young. Give me time.
How old are you?
26.
Give her some time. She's young.
I mean, don't take too much time. We like them young too, white guys. You know what I mean?
Yeah, these girls are turning 18 every day.
Oh my god.
Please remember that.
Girls turn 18
Oh, my
It's a new
God.
girl turning 18 every
my
motherfucking day.
God.
So
Don't
you
be 42 and start fucking white guys.
don't start cherishing that pussy now.
That's when I'll care about the credit score.
Well, when you're 42,
Yeah.
you're gonna have your own credit. You got a
Exactly.
job, you good.
That's when I'll care. You got to be up to my shit.
Oh, I got you.
Strategy.
Zero faith in black men. Okay, I see how it is.
It's just a joke. I'm just joking.
I know, man.
All right, so Iyana, tell them where they'll be able to find this podcast.
On Vibe.com during race week on, I don't even know what the date is.
Well,
but
look,
yes, Vibe.com.
They're already listening to it, so they're probably already there.
Right. That is a good point.
So, one. But thank you so much for coming on to the show and interviewing us for a change. It's nice to be interviewed, man. There's no pressure. You just get to chill, and you got all the pressure to ask questions. I like this interview shit.
Pressure?
Anything else you need to plug?
Nah.
All right. Thank you, Vibe.
Thank you, guys.
And as always, if you listen to this podcast and you think that we're brilliant and you learned something, you're absolutely right. If you've been listening to this podcast, you think that we're all just a bunch of idiots who don't know what the fuck we're talking about, you're right too, because it's the Brilliant Idiots Podcast. Thank you, Vibe.com.
Peace.